And we welcome everybody to Eastwood High School, Pemberville, Ohio, here on a Tuesday night. Thank you so much for joining us for some Northern Buckeye Conference action here between the Oak Harbor Rockets and the Eastwood Eagles. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm Dan Ridenauer, joined alongside Adam Crofts. And Adam, what a day. This is the game that you just know is hot in anticipation.
Oh, yeah, Dan. Happy to be here with you. It's a big crowd we're here with. This is Eastwood's first home game in 28 days. I know this crowd is ready to cheer on their Eagles, and we're about ready here for tip-off.
Well, just the atmosphere here in the Eastwood Gym is just unlike any other. And here we go. McKenna Miller, Mac Miller, going to be taking the opening start at it for Eastwood, as now Oak Harbor will win the tip back, looking for the energy here to keep it going. Going across now, waiting for it will be Tabbert. Tabbert goes to the inward and then tries to go right back out to Robinson, and then the rebound going to be picked right at Nelson. Nelson taking it, the sophomore going now on the court. Nelson going to have it across, waiting for some options, going to choose to go to Miller. Miller back to Nelson, goes right back up and then through. To the corner will be Wasserman, just a little bit too much on the energy. Oak Harbor going to get the ball back, taking it along will be Markley going to have it, and then goes right back along. In the corner will be the shot, going to go just away for Haas as the rebound from Nelson. As Nelson takes it to Wasserman in the corner, goes right back out to Miller. Miller now looking towards the paint, goes right back for it again to McKenna Nelson. Nelson to Miller to Wasserman, back to Nelson again, just rolling right by the basket, and it looks like there from the corner almost, that'll go off an Oak Harbor player.
We're seeing Eastwood create a lot of pressure down low here to start off, but no one taking the lid off the basket quite yet.
The inbound, Nelson looking, goes to Miller. Miller in the corner, drives in, looks to take it out, and then going through. Sherman passes it in, back to Miller, the whistle blown. And we're going to have to take a stop with that one, Adam. As this one goes out, Oak Harbor going to have it. Haas had it. Then we'll pass it back out. Right back across. Haas going to get that one in and then through to Tabbert. Tabbert to make the first basket of the game. It's 2-0 for Oak Harbor.
Great ball movement there from the Rockets, and way to get that basket.
First in the NBC currently for the Rockets in their all-red uniforms. Eastwood in their all-white for the home. As that one going back to Tabbert. Tabbert passes that one into Markley and then across. Just a little too much mustard on that one for Haas, though. As Eastwood looking to rebound. Sherman has it and will keep it going. The whistle blown. Looks like Sherman, her foot just got a little bit out of bounds.
A little bit there, yeah. Foul called on Eastwood. So Oak Harbor keeping the ball down low here.
The inbound going for Tabbert. Gets that one out to Haas. Back to Tabbert again. Getting guarded by Nelson. Just goes across, not kept in time for Carter Haas. As no Oak Harbor, with only 2 so far, Eastwood looking for their first basket, will inbound. As Carissa Nelson goes out to Lauren Sherman, back to Nelson again. Her sister McKenna Nelson there wearing the number 2 on that left side with Carly Wasserman. As Nelson will keep that one in. Trying to drive that one out to Wasserman again, out to Sherman, Sherman to Nelson. 4-on-4, drives right, and then intercepted there by Malash. The number 4 there, Caitlin Malash, gets that one across to Brooklyn Tabbert.
Great post defense there from the Rockets to get that ball back.
As Tabbert goes to Haas in the corner. Haas trying to drive the ball along. Lauren Sherman playing defense. 5:35 left in the first quarter. As the ball movement continuing on, Markley has it. And then tries to go in. That'll be Malosh, and then across, and then through. Haas to make the 3. It's 5-0 Oak Harbor.
We're seeing some great ball movement there from Oak Harbor. Seeing it from Eastwood too, but they're just not able to control it.
And Nelson to Wasserman, almost the first 3-pointer of the game so far today for them, but will take that one back along as this goes, and then out, and then rebounded by Nelson.
Eastwood's making it too easy for Oak Harbor to get to the lane there.
And Haas with 3 points so far today, leading the Oak Harbor Rockets as Wasserman goes out to McKenna Nelson. Just the defense there continuing onward from Reagan Markley. But Miller trying to get that one in, going out to Nelson. Carissa Nelson, her shot's wide right as it's rebounded by the Rockets.
perimeter shooting's been a struggle for Eastwood this season, and it's looking like it's continuing for them today.
Well, Brooklyn Tabbert has it at half court, goes out to Carter Haas. Haas waiting for where she can go, just has 2 on her as Miller will step in with Sherman, but then the whistle will blow as the attempt by Haley Robinson will be no good.
A little too much contact there from Wasserman.
And they're going to give the foul to Carly Wasserman, her first of the day and the first for Eastwood as a whole. So we're going to take this one to the line, because it'll be just barely missed by Haley Robinson for her first attempt. Maeva Kashmerek to come into this one for Carly Wasserman, as the junior will replace the senior. Robinson gets that up, and that will fall short. Miller for the rebound and gets that to Kashmerek. Kashmerek going to look, keeps the ball moving, goes to Nelson. Nelson to Sherman. Waits for this one, going across, back to Nelson again. Is this one continuing onward? Eastwood really passing the ball out from the key. Kashmerek to have it, back to Sherman again. Sherman getting played by Kate Malash on the defense. As Nelson will have it, trying to drive that one. It has to play it back out. Kashmerek, the shot, and that's in! And there it goes for Ava Kashmerek, the first score today for the Eagles.
They were really struggling on that offensive possession there to get the ball in low. And what do you do when that's happening? Get it out wide.
Well, and just right there to get it going, Reagan Markley trying to drive that one in, the senior, going in with Mac Miller, the junior. They're going to call the foul on Miller. So the second time we'll see Oak Harbor go to the charity stripe here today. It's going to be the number 24 and Reagan Markley. That'll be good. So Oak Harbor will double their lead as Eastwood to take some substitutions. As that goes up and then through, as Oak Harbor will now take the lead even further, putting the Eagles in a standstill. Nelson to have the ball, looking for some opportunity, goes from left to right, trying to get the ball movement going for the Eagles, as this one will continue onward. And then the shot going for Kashmerek. Kashmerek taken to the ground. Looks like she just got tripped up there. Eastwood regains possession, however. Kashmerek open, going to choose to drive right. The defense, though, continues up, and looks like we'll get a steal on that one by Oak Harbor. That was Brooklyn Tabbert. But Kashmerek will get another one. That's number 5. 5 Eagles points and 5 points for her. As Tabbert passes to the corner for Haas, and the 3 just going to be a little too far. The rebound going in on that one, as we'll have a bit of a trip up, but Grayson Reeder, the freshman, trying to get a play on that.
That's the first foul of the game for Oak Harbor. 2:49 left in this first quarter. They've played a very clean game so far, and it's impressive with how well they've played on defense. They're playing this clean.
Especially with the Eastwood ball movement so far and just the opportunities they've had. 3 fouls today, 2 of them from Eastwood. As Nelson gets that from Nelson, from McKenna to Carissa. And that one going in, and Nelson trying to get the shot on that one. McKenna Nelson. It appears that she'll get fouled and is going to go to the charity stripe.
That's what happens when you get the ball down low. Good things happen. You don't meet the basket, you get sent to the line. It's going to struggle for Eastwood today, but if they're going to want to stay put here with Oak Harbor, they need to get down low.
So the second foul for Oak Harbor. That'll be the first today from Reagan Markley.
Back for Oak Harbor, number 4.
With the substitutions as well, as by the looks of things here, Carissa Nelson will check out and go in. Will be Carly Wasserman for Eastwood as the next shot going up. And then through. That'll be McKenna Nelson. Right at the buzzer, as this one will go in. Lainey Schmidt going to chime in, the senior for Oak Harbor, as we'll have some more substitutions continuing along with the score. Now Eastwood having 6, Oak Harbor to have 7. This one continuing along. Eastwood Grayson Reeder trying to play some defense. Goes the length of the court. Miller to play defense. Knocks it away past Reeder. And this one continues. O'Carver with the ball. Malash has to force it to the corner. Playing 2-on of Carter Haas in the corner. McKenna Miller was there with McKenna Nelson. Looks like that ball will roll out of bounds. It'll be the inbound for the Oak Harbor.
This is looking like the great game we thought it was going to be, Dan.
Eastwood only down 1, looking for their first win against Oak Harbor since December 19th of 2023. That one going up, and then the rebound will follow through for Reeder. Reeder to have the ball, passes across court. Nelson having it on the far side, waiting for the opportunity, goes out to Miller. Miller gonna choose to wait for a second, gets it to Reeder. Reeder with the ball, Haas playing the defense on that one. Trying to go left, makes a move. Reeder trying to drive that one in, and we'll have a foul call. Looks like it'll go against Oak Harbor.
Momentum kind of starting to swing Eastwood's way here. We're seeing Oak Harbor playing more frustrated. They're committing more fouls, and they are slowing down on the offensive end.
And they'll call the foul on Caitlin Malash, her first today. And as a team, this will be the 3rd foul for the Oak Harbor Rockets. The other 2 going against Kendall Gaines and Reagan Markley. The inbound in for the Eagles, waiting for their opportunity away. The pass was clear to Wasserman with the opportunity to take the lead, but looks like the whistle will blow, and we're going to have an inbound for Oak Harbor. They'll roll the foul on Ava Kashmerek as the inbound will begin for Oak Harbor. Trying to get that ball out and just barely. Eastwood getting close on that one. Caitlin Malash for Oak Harbor trying to get in there, and then so is Grayson Reeder of Eastwood. As the discussion continues onward, looks like they're trying to say that went off Malash of Oak Harbor. Looks like that case will be made, so Eastwood will now be the one to inbound. Reeder gets that out to Sherman, waiting for the opportunity away, trying to get that one into Zunk. And then the long ball for Kashmerek, just gonna barely go off as Malash gets the rebound. And we'll have another foul incoming. Looks like it'll go against Eastwood.
Saw Oak Harbor start this quarter off very fast. Now we're seeing more of an even game. A lot more of it is being played down at the Eastwood end of the court. We're seeing even fouls and just no clear momentum right now in this game. Kind of a stalemate.
Stalemate would be a good description of it, as the inbound will be up ahead for Oak Harbor. And that one going in for Markley. As Markley gets that one out, trying to roll it to Gaines. Gaines has possession, gets it out to Markley. Markley to the corner, and Haas getting guarded by Ryder. But still the ball movement continuing on. Gaines tries to go along, and looks like we'll have a travel against Gaines.
That's that double team from Eastwood forcing that travel. Great defense on both ends of the court right now.
And the Eastwood defense really stepping up. As Lauren Sherman will get the inbound from Ryder. Back to Ryder again to cross half court. 58 seconds, trying to find somewhere to go. Ryder to the corner, the shot by Kashmerek just too far. As the rebound fighting for it, Gaines looks like she just wanted to let that one go out of bounds, as Sherman was fighting like Dennis Rodman, trying to keep that one in on the rebound.
Dennis Rodman reference is crazy, Dan. We're seeing a lot of Eastwood relying on the three-pointer right now. It's okay at the moment because they're making up for it on the defensive end, but they need to try to get more penetration down in the key.
We'll go for it again. Nelson playing defense as that one goes back to Gaines for Oak Harbor. Into the corner it rolls, trying to find some breathing room. Up ahead as the corner three for Tabbert, just wide to the left. The ball goes out. Eastwood to rebound. They will get it. Sherman has it for the Eagles. A steal, though, up ahead. Sherman having to get back, and Oak Harbor going to capitalize on it. There goes the points for Caitlin Malash.
It's our first points in this game in about 3 minutes, it feels like.
Well, Oak Harbor up by 3. 5 points have been scored so far today by Ava Kashmerek. 1 has come from McKenna Nelson, as that ball will just roll out. And the inbound incoming for the Oak Harbor Rockets. Zlaney Schmidt will be the one to do so. Gets it out to Gaines. Gaines to Schmidt again. 2 seconds, now 1. Pass to the court and then across, and too much. Just a lot of energy on that by Brooklyn Tabbert. But either way, 9-6 is your score after the first quarter. So there you
If you think you're smarter than a high schooler, you might want to think again. This is BGSU Brain Game, the ultimate showdown of brain power, where the best and brightest students from area high schools go head-to-head, battling in history, science, math, pop culture, and more. Brains, check. Buzzers, check. You won't want to miss a single episode of this fast-paced face-off. Watch BGSU Brain Game Thursday nights at 8:30, only on WBGU PBS.
And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday night. I'm Dan Ridenauer, joined alongside Adam Crofts, where Eastwood trails the Oak Harbor Rockets by 3, yet they have possession. This one going along. Miller to have the ball right around half court. Gets it to McKenna Nelson. Looks like trying to get open, and we're going to have our first timeout called by head coach Brittany Butler for the Eagles. And I mean, the sports marketing teacher really involved here at Eastwood High School. Going to call the first timeout. We're going to stay here just for now, Adam. I mean, so far today, looks like the passing has just been the strongest suit for Eastwood so far, and then Oak Harbor as well.
Eastwood, yeah, a lot of ball movement around the perimeter. Like I've been saying a lot throughout the game, they're not able to get down low quite a lot, and I think that's why we saw Coach Butler call that timeout there, because they are just, we're seeing a swarming Oak Harbor defense this entire game. They are very quick, they're flying around, and that was a great example there on that last possession.
A swarm would be a very well-put way to describe that one there. As it goes along, Carissa Nelson going to Sherman, back to McKenna Nelson, who has it, going to wait it along. Nelson driving right, trying to find somewhere to roll along with it, is not much breathing room ahead. Mac Miller has it, going to try to pass that one along to Sherman. The rebound by Oak Harbor just a little under the rim, as this one will take it back away for Tabbert. Tabbert trying to get that one out to the corner, and Gaines, and she will, and then finds it along. Trying to keep it one going. Tabbert gets that ball back to Gaines again. Gaines in the paint, going to drive that one out, and the shot going to be just off the mark by Lainey Schmidt, and we'll have another whistle on that one.
That was a almost amazing play by Tabbert there to keep the ball for Oak Harbor. She tried to throw it off a Eastwood player as it was going out, but the ref says she was just too late.
Ryder to pass that one out to Nelson. Nelson to Sherman. We'll get this one back, keeping it moving along. Sherman to have the possession of it for Eastwood. Going to keep it driving right. Tries to get that one up, and just a little off the rim, a little too much energy to get it going, as Brooklyn Tabbert going to have it at half court. Carissa Nelson playing defense, as Oak Harbor will continue along with the ball, trying to drive this one in, but instead more playing the outward ball movement, as that one going off the hand of Lainey Schmidt and then out of bounds, and it'll be Eastwood inbound.
Eastwood getting their hands active, getting their hands in there, and it goes off the Oak Harbor player. We've seen that just a great defensive game so far. I love what I'm seeing.
And really needing to get the points. I mean, you look at it, you got the layup and then the three-pointer from Ava Kashmerek, and then you get one free throw attempt made by Nelson. As we'll see one there from Brooklyn Tabbert, just had the ball and got a little caught up with it on that. And either way, it's going to be an inbound. They're going to give the foul to Grayson Ryder, with the inbound coming up for Oak Harbor.
We got Wasserman checking back into the game for Eastwood.
Brooklyn Tabbert has it around half court. Carissa Nelson playing the defense. Tries to get that one over to Haas. Haas getting guarded by Sherman. Drives to the paint, gets that one out. The long ball trying for it. Tabbert just wide to the left, as Oak Harbor will regain possession and keep it Reagan Markley gonna have it on that one as she'll take the mid-range shot and then just off the mark barely. McKenna Miller gonna get that one going. McKenna Nelson goes to Carissa Nelson. Nelson to the corner on Sherman. Waiting for it back again, drives right, tries to get that one out and away. But it's stolen away by Lainey Schmidt. Or excuse me, no, that's stolen by Tabbert. Lainey Schmidt will go on the right as this one rolling along for Oak Harbor. 5:34 left in the half. 9-6 still to score. Mac Miller trying to play some defense away. That one gone, the rebound again. It's a bit of a tie-up, but Haley Robinson trying to get the rebound for Oak Harbor. She's gonna get fouled.
Eagle foul number 13, Mac Miller, her second.
Looking for our first points of the quarter here
Number 15, Haley Robinson.
with Robinson at the line.
And they'll mark the foul on Mac Miller to get it away. Eastwood has 4 timeouts remaining. Neither way, the Eastwood student section to make some noise, but it won't matter. Oak Harbor going to get their decade, get this one going as Sophia Zunk will head into the game. Mac Miller to check out. And either way, too, Ava Kashmerik going to be another Eagle to step into this one. And that may have worked. The Eastwood student section just getting a little loud on the second shot from Robinson, and it's going to fall a bit short as the yelling will work for the Eagles. McKenna Nelson to have the ball right around half court, going to choose to drive left, going right into that one on Tabbert. Then gets the pass right out, trying to keep this one going. Zunk goes it right back out, has it, loses the ball. Eastwood gets it back again, though. Carissa Nelson going to try to get that one over and then in. Long ball away from McKenna Nelson. Ava Kashmerik to have it. The defense getting heavy, but then Nelson trying to go in, and it looks like she'll get fouled. Even though her shot was a little too much, she's going to get fouled and get to go to the charity stripe.
Almost had a big block there, but I think that's number 13. No, not 13. I'm not sure who got the foul there.
Well, either way, they will rule the foul. The first shot going for Carissa Nelson will be a little off the mark as a foul will go back for it again. Oak Harbor currently looking for it again. Reagan Markley and then the number 15 of Haley Robinson, the only 2 Rockets to foul in this quarter.
That was a free throw infraction there. We saw old Tabbert fall during the shot. So we're going to get a reshot of that second one.
And it goes up and just going to bounce right out. Oak Harbor gets the rebound and then tries the long pass. There's Haas. Haas has 4 and still it'll roll away. The rebound, though, picked up by Hall, and then the long ball tried for Oak Harbor. As it goes out of bounds, it'll be the Eagle inbound up shortly.
Big rebound from Hall there. One of the tallest players on the court, using her height to grab that, but ball goes back to Eastwood. See if they can end their scoring drought.
Hall, the senior, getting that one away. As the ball is stolen away from McKenna Nelson. Nelson trying to get into it with Tabbert. As Tabbert stole it away for just a second from Nelson, they kept going at it. Nelson being relentless on it. And they're going to give the foul on Carissa Nelson from a separate situation going on the court.
The momentum has clearly swung towards Oak Harbor here. They're not reflected on the scoreboard quite yet, but Eastwood just unable to move the ball on offense, unable to hit from the free throw line. They have not had a point in, I think, probably 8 game minutes, it feels like, a whole quarter nearly.
Haas has the ball, gets the pass across, and then through to Markley. Is that one up and away, and then through of Tabbert. Eastwood keeps it inbounds, and then Wasserman the steal, and then the hot streak going. There goes Nelson. And she'll wait a second, just goes under the rim barely. Oak Harbor gonna get possession back again. Hall gets that one across, and then in through and up, and there goes Haas wide. Nelson gets knocked down. Zunk tries to go after it with Hall. But either way, this one going to be a wild turn of events. It'll be the Eagle inbound nonetheless.
And credit to Eastwood. They're playing a relentless defense right now. That's honestly keeping them in this game. Oak Harbor puts up lots of points against a lot of opponents, but they're not tonight.
as Nelson from the corner will go for the inbound, chooses Kashmerek. Kashmerek now going to have it going against Haas. So far today, Kashmerek has 5 points. More than any other Eagle. As Wasserman for the 3 ball just tries it and then just away. This one going back for it again is now the drive just across court for Markley. And then the block going for Sherman. As you see it going in. And you got to say no. As Lauren Sherman going to get the block there for the Rocket inbound.
That electrified this Eastwood crowd.
And Wasserman trying to get the steal. She does. There goes Wasserman. And then up at another block. We'll go for it by Caitlin Malash. So 2 game-changing blocks just back-to-back. One for Eastwood, one for Oak Harbor.
It's a block party, Dan.
Well, this one will result in a Caitlin Malash foul, her second of the game, and the second for Oak Harbor. Carly Wasserman will go to the line, but we're going to have a timeout here called by Oak Harbor. They will have 4 remaining, and we're going to be right back in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. This is WBGU PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube at Eastwood High School in Pemberville, Ohio. I'm Dan Rednower, joined alongside Adam Crofts, as we just got a timeout by Dick Heller of Oak Harbor. You want to talk about the coaches a little bit? Heller versus Butler. Let's get into that, Adam.
Yeah, this is a story of a newer coach versus a way more experienced one, starting with Coach Heller. He took over at Oak Harbor most recently in 2023, but he was also the head coach of this program from 2001 to 2009. He then went on to coach at Danbury for a few years. But when he was first at this program, he took them to 2 Sandusky Bay Conference titles and won 46 regular season games in a row.
Wow. I mean, such a accolades for Coach Heller and leading Oak Harbor, as we'll have Wasserman go to the charity stripe. Her first shot going to be just a little bit off, looking for her first point of the day. Wasserman goes up and just rolls it to the right, as that will be rebounded by Robinson, and now Oak Harbor takes it the other way as Markley has the ball. Nelson playing defense on her. Goes to the corner again, that'll be Tooman. Tooman goes right, the screen set by Gaines, and then Gaines will get the ball. Kashmerek playing the defense. As this one going across to Haas, and then gets the pass over to Gaines again. Gaines trying to get that one in, goes. Haas waiting for the shot. Sherman playing the defense, forces her to pass that one away. 2:53 left in the quarter, as the shot will go up and then in and away. Reagan Markley gonna get that one.
What a shot from Markley.
Her 5th point today is then just a mid-range shot tried by Zunk, gonna get a little bit off.
Markley,
and then another one looks like it just got almost a foul called, as that was Markley going in with Wasserman, and they're going to give the ball to Eastwood as Markley for her second. That's going to be the 3rd Oak Harbor foul going in against Carly Wasserman on that one, and then we'll have the inbound for Eastwood.
Markley is just such a huge addition to this Oak Harbor team. She averaged 16 points last season playing for Toledo Christian, and now transfers here to play out her senior year.
Kashmerek to have the ball at half court. Goes to Sherman. Choosing to wait, as that'll go right back out. And then the mid-range tried by Zunk, a little too much energy on it, as that will go out and away again. Oak Harbor gets the rebound originally. That was Amelia Tooman. But now we're going to have Kendall Gaines with the ball. She goes to the corner, back again to Tooman, and then over to Gaines again. Gaines getting defense played on Zunk, as Haas trying to get that one in, going through, and then the wide open shot, that one off the rim, attempted by Lainey Schmidt, and then looks like a jump ball going away.
Jump ball, possession, Oak Harbor.
As Sophia Zunk was fighting with Amelia Tooman, but either way, even though Zunk had the ball, it'll be Oak Harbor's possession.
That was big for Eastwood, though. They're going to get the possession arrow back, though. And, yeah, big fight for the ball there. It was nice.
Kashmerek will get it from the inbound off a interception just almost, as that goes to Sherman, and then back to Wasserman. Zunk will find Nelson. In the corner is Kashmerek. That one goes and just over and away. A little too much energy on that, gets it going, but Wasserman wide open from the point, that's money. Wasserman will get 2. Foot must have been on the line, 13-8 now the score.
That's big for Eastwood. They need some more contributions. Their strength this year has been balanced scoring, and we've not really seen that much today.
Well, Lainey Schmidt to have possession. Finding that one right into Haley Robinson, as Robinson will get that one away.
That's the response the Rockets wanted. Unfortunate for the Eagles.
They'll take the 7-point lead on that as Nelson gets it to Zunk. Stolen, however, from Robinson. As Robinson gets the pass over to Schmidt, just looking for an opportunity to get this one in. As Schmidt goes to Gaines. Trying to get that one in across Haas, trying to play some defense just right on that one as Sherman. And looks like we're gonna have a whistle blown. Haley Robinson got knocked down.
Yeah, I think their shoes got tied up a little bit. Nothing looked intentional there, no foul called, but she definitely took a really hard fall there.
Well, looking at the replay, just a little bit behind on our broadcast, just you look at that, her and Wasserman just got tied up a little bit, just in an inadvertent trip. We'll give Oak Harbor the inbound.
Good on the refs to call a whistle there. She was not able to stay in that play.
And Lainey Schmidt gonna go backwards to Brooklyn Tabbert, who has it at half court, then tries to get it back away again. As this one goes to Haas with possession of it. Gets it through to Gaines. Gaines with possession. Has it now right along, trying to find the opening, but Sherman playing defense on that. Getting it away is Haas. Haas goes over to May. And then Gaines back to Haas again. Has 3 on her. Stolen by Nelson, and then over to Sherman. Sherman on a rush for Eastwood. We'll get it going, especially with 13 seconds remaining. This one goes over. Sherman to Nelson, and that one going off the rim. Rebounded by Oak Harbor. There goes Tabbert, who has the ball. 3 seconds, trying to get this one in. Tabbert gonna get away, and then Haas tries the last second shot before the end of the half, but will be no good. So Eastwood gonna be trailing the Oak Harbor Rockets 15-8, looking for their first win at Eastwood since 2021. It was back December 9th of 2021. Eastwood won that game 70-52, back when Caleb Bueller was a sophomore. But either way, Adam, that's gonna conclude our first half. Do you have any remarks, any thoughts that you noticed during that first half?
Well, the first quarter was very closely competed, but that second quarter, Eastwood just unable to get the baskets they needed. They had very good defense, able to hold Oak Harbor to only 15 points. That's impressive. But Oak Harbor just unable, Eastwood just unable to get the points they need.
Eastwood unable on that one. Kashmerek leading scoring for the Eagles so far in that one, as she's got 5 today. But either way, that's going to be a wrap for the first half. We're going to be right back in just a moment with WBGU PBS Sports Flex. We'll be right back. You are watching that right here, Eastwood and Oak Harbor on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody, to Eastwood High School here in Pemberville, Ohio. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Adam Crofts, where we have girls basketball here with WBGU PBS Sports Flex. And I mean, looking ahead just so far, and Eastwood trailing 15-8. Just they had a good first half moving the ball, translated a little bit into the second half, but Oak Harbor really regained the momentum for them.
Oh yeah, Oak Harbor absolutely took over the momentum there in the second quarter. Eastwood unable to just really get to the lane like they were doing late in the first quarter. They were relying on Kashmeric for all their points and just wanting her to get the three and get the two-pointer. They need to get some more production from elsewhere in their lineup if they want to get back in this one.
Well, Kashmeric was the star of the show with 7 points, but we got some more stars just up ahead as Oak Harbor, after this, January 9th, they will take on the Lake Flyers, and then Old Fort and Otsego all on the road. For Eastwood, they're going to be at home the 9th and 13th against Rossford and Riverdale, and then going to Lake on the road. As for the Sports Flex schedule, we got 2 hockey games at the Slater Family Ice Arena coming up, with the Northview Wildcats going against the Bowling Green Bobcats. That'll be on the 10th. And then Findlay and Perrysburg as well, also on January 10th. Ottawa Hills, Gibsonburg will be another on January 12th. January 13th will be Tiffin Calbert versus the Gibsonburg Golden Bears, also at Gibsonburg. And then Southview Lake, that one going and taking a trip back to the Slater Family Ice Arena on January 23rd. And then the 24th, we're going to have Findlay versus Bowling Green, a rivalry game, just like the one we're seeing here tonight, Adam.
Oh yeah, lots of good stuff coming up on Sports Flex. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel.
Really need to stay tuned on that. And I mean, Findlay, Bowling Green, just the biggest rivalry they have for both high schools, especially in the hockey sense, their biggest sport that Bowling Green and Findlay has. And then you look here, Eastwood known for their baseball, their football. Coach Cotterman, Coach Leedy running great programs on that end. And Coach Butler here tonight, ready to have a comeback going. I mean, it's still within reach for Eastwood, and you know, anything is possible, especially in the game of basketball.
Especially with the way they're playing defense. I mean, we've seen them slow down an Oak Harbor team that their last few games they scored 52 points, 32, and 31 points. And they've held them to only 15 this first half. They've done a good job with containing a very good team.
Well, and we'll see if Oak Harbor can contain them more and if Eastwood can get the offense going. We'll be right back. 2 minutes going until we'll regain the half. Don't go anywhere. You are watching WBGU PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube.
If you think you're smarter than a high schooler, you might want to think again. This is BGSU Brain Game, the ultimate showdown of brain power where the best and brightest students from area high schools go head-to-head, battling in history, science, math, pop culture, and more. Brains, check. Buzzers, check. You won't want to miss a single episode of this fast-paced face-off. Watch BGSU Brain Game Thursday nights at 8:30, only on WBGU PBS.
And welcome back, everybody, to PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Adam Crofts as we get this one rolling along for up ahead. I mean, Oak Harbor, a high-scoring team. I mean, you mentioned the 52 points, Adam, and then you go along Eastwood as well in kind of a boat of their own with the scoring. Currently have yet to hit 10 so far today, but definitely in the position to do so.
Absolutely, Dan. We've seen them get good looks. We've seen them take some open threes, and they've been driving to the lane a little bit, but they're definitely looking to get more as the game goes on.
Well, and they'll continue that along to do so here. I mean, Eastwood tried to get this one going. They had the passing, but really it seems like the Eastwood offense is just limited to outside the key, and they can't really get that one in, and Oak Harbor has been more kind of taking advantage of the corners so far in their offense.
Yeah, Oak Harbor's definitely had the more dynamic offense, and they've done a good job with their perimeter defense, keeping them contained on the outside of the three-point line.
Well, in this one, getting back for it again, looking forward to what else is in store as the Eagles will be the ones to inbound as that one going in. McKenna Nelson gets that one to Ava Kashmerek. Kashmerek tried to get that one away past Caitlin Malash, but we're going to have a whistle on it.
I think they called a trip on number 13. Yeah, Mac Miller called for the foul there.
And an offensive foul for a change of momentum that we've seen. Normally more defensive fouls.
That's really not what you want if you're Eastwood. Not the way you want to start that half.
As Tabbert goes to the corner on Markley. Markley with possession. Trying to get that one away. Past Wasserman finds the opening. There goes Haas, and that one just wide and out. Picked up, though, back by Markley for Oak Harbor, and then through. And the rebound from Mac Miller.
That's another strong suit we've seen from Oak Harbor today. Lots of offensive rebounds. They've not really been able to finish them often, but lots of offensive rebounds.
And Mac Miller looking for the best day ever as that goes. Kashmerek off the rim, tried to get that one going. And then right back and through is McKenna Nelson. As Oak Harbor trying to get this one through, Brooklyn Tabbert has possession of the ball. Just choosing to wait and go for it. Into Mac Miller. Going to the corner, though. Carissa Nelson playing the defense there. And Oak Harbor will start the scoring with a three-pointer.
Beautiful shot there from Nelson. Her 8th point of the night.
It's Nelson to the corner. Wasserman wide open and then through and just tried to get that one away. And then up for Mac Miller, and that one goes in. The world is so small till it ain't. And 18-12 is the score.
How many of those you got, Dan?
Well, we'll be swimming through it as Oak Harbor going to have possession of it. Trying to get that one away. Bounce ball just done through and gets it going as that'll be Haley Robinson. Just got the bounce pass from Tabbert and is able to capitalize again for Oak Harbor. As Nelson bouncing pass stolen away from Markley, and Markley wide open and away. Kashmerek with the foul, but the block, and gets that out of bounds.
That was an easy layup. You take that foul over the easy bucket every day. Sending her to the line, but still, we've not seen very consistent free throw shooting tonight. Just what a play by Kashmerek. She's clearly a baller on offense and on defense.
And Markley going to head to the line, and will go up and away, 21-12, just to extend the Oak Harbor lead further, as we'll have a substitution as well. Caitlin Malash heading out of this one. By the looks of things, Haley Robinson will take her place. And 2 for 2 from the charity stripe.
First double-digit lead we've seen tonight.
The inbound to Mac Miller, drawing circles, and that one going back away, and the three-pointer for Brooklyn Tabbert. With the Coach Butler timeout for Eastwood.
Timeout, Eastwood.
That timeout makes perfect sense. We've seen Oak Harbor come out of the gate quick here. They have just been shooting and just making everything.
And just a wild moment. I mean, Eastwood really just starting to kind of trail behind after a strong Oak Harbor go at it, but we're going to stay here, Adam, and look at the Eastwood schedule up ahead. As they got on the 9th, they're going to get Rossford, Riverdale, and then they're going to be traveling up to Millbury, Ohio. They got Lake, but then you're going to get right back here to Pemberville. You're going to take on Southview, and then you have to go up to Genoa and take on the Comets, and then you're going to look a little bit more further, and then you get a little bit of going on the 24th, and then you go to Otsego on to end it. That's going to be at the Stroh Center. Looks like that's going to be set for 12:45. And then you're going to go for Maumee on the 5th, and then the 7th you go to Bowling Green. You're going to get 2 home games, and then to finish it off, you go to Margaretta and then go to Oak Harbor. 2 similar teams, and you talk about Margaretta had a bit of a battle earlier this season, 3 overtimes against the Oak Harbor Rockets.
We'll see how Coach Butler has her girls prepared for those games. There's a lot of winnable games on that schedule.
And it goes for Kashmerek. Going to get the drive heavy, going towards the student section to the corner for Wasserman, and the shot wide to the right. Rebounded by Mac Miller. Miller goes out to Kashmerek, and then over to Wasserman again, and then through to Carissa Nelson. As Kashmerek gets it, tried to go to Mac Miller, keeps the ball, is looking for it. Keeping it going. To the corner will be Kashmerek, looking for the pass out. Miller playing in the paint. The drive right for Nelson. Goes back out to Kashmerek with 5:35 left in the quarter. And just over, and the pass was towards Nelson intended, and a little bit out of her reach.
Good defense from Oak Harbor there. That's what we've seen this it's really this whole game from this Rocket squad. It's been a very good defensive game and just not a good defensive quarter from Eastwood. We'll see how they do on this possession, though.
And the inbound from Markley and Gaines, the two of them to take this one in, goes to Brooklyn Tabbert in the corner, trying to drive that one away. And then the ball going to take a little bit of a bounce back. And a backcourt violation picked up by Markley, just not quite in time, but we're going to have a bit of a substitution as well for Eastwood as Grayson Ryder heading on in for Carly Wasserman.
A rare mistake from Oak Harbor this quarter.
Really their first, if you kind of look at it, and just been almost a perfect quarter so far for them, as Nelson looking for the pass over to Kashmerick. Miller there with support. Tries to go, and then right on the line is Kashmerick, excuse me. Mac Miller tried to get that one in, not quite able to, so that's going to keep it 24-12 in the third quarter.
No fouls yet this quarter for Oak Harbor. I think you can tell the health of their operation by that number. That metric shows they're playing absolutely locked in. They're playing in flow state. They are just not even thinking, not drawing any fouls, just playing beautiful basketball this quarter.
Well, and Mac Miller just tried to get that one away, not quite, but you talk about that flow state. It's just almost like a balloon and really just getting it going as Kashmerick going to get tripped up. The ball is stolen by Markley. As Markley for Oak Harbor takes that one in and then away off the backboard and in by Carter Haas. And looks like we'll have an injury. And the last person you wanted to see if you're Eastwood, Ava Kashmerick, with an injury.
She's very important to them getting back in this game, getting to where they want to be this season. Very unfortunate to see her down. I'm missed it personally. I'm not sure what caused her getting up here. That's a good sight.
And she'll be lifted by Tony, the trainer, and Coach Butler. And a rough injury for Eastwood to stomach especially. I mean, you look at the impact she's made so far in this game and really just the scoring that she's contributed.
Your Coach Butler, you want the rest of the squad trying to play for her, play a little tougher, try to pick up the slack.
And Nelson going to the corner to Sherman. On the left side, tries to get that one out. Mac Miller wide open, that one going in. And you don't have a destination. That'll be a rebound for Markley.
Great ball movement there from Eastwood, but the story of this game for them, they can't get the bucket.
And Lauren Sherman on the steal, long pass to Ryder. Ryder tries to get past Tabbert, but don't trip, that one going away. As Tabbert trying to get that one in, going against Mac Miller, and gets it going, and then on the rebound, you'll see it. That's going to be Haley Robinson on that. As Nelson trying to get this one in. Finds Ryder. Gets it back to Nelson again. Carissa Nelson with the ball. Goes to Mac Miller, back to Nelson again, and good news is all you want to hear. And I believe so for Eastwood. That'll be a foul against Oak Harbor. We'll send Carissa Nelson to the charity stripe.
It's always good to get to the line. Hey, somehow they got to find a way, no matter how many miles it takes. Get back in this one.
Nelson here going to be the one at the charity stripe, goes up and then through. And an odd bounce going to be away on that. As Sophia Zunk will head into the game for Mac Miller. And we'll take it away on that. The next one going up and then off to the right, as that will be recovered by Robinson, and then Robinson will go over to Tabbert, who has it. So Tabbert gets it past Nelson to the corner, will be Haas. Haas getting defense heavy from Ryder, and then over to the corner with Schmidt, and then back over again. And then the tie up for and in front, that's going to be Melosh with the jump ball going for Eastwood against them. So that will be Kendall Gaines who is caught up in that, but the inbound for Oak Harbor.
The Eastwood scoring drought just drags on. We've only seen them score 6 points since the first quarter.
Well, actually, I mean 6 since the first quarter. You got 4 in this half. So just a 2-point second quarter. Is that one going up for Carter Haas? And then you see it again, Gaines trying to get that one up and through, and then rebounded again by Haas, but looks like we'll have a foul coming up against Eastwood as just a little too much energy and too much momentum going. And they're gonna say that's against Sophia Zunk, her first so far.
The defense was looking really good there, but unfortunately they draw the foul.
And Haas going to get her first as O'Carver starts to expand their lead. Eastwood had it somewhat close at the beginning of the quarter. Not seeing much of that currently. As Haas will go 500 on that one and keeps it going. Eastwood looking to avoid a 500 record, currently 5-4 on the year. As Nelson gets that up and then blocked away by Schmidt, and then goes for Gaines, who will choose to wait, dribbles left, and now trying to drive that one into the corner and then up. And Carter Haas
for 3.
will swish it on in, and Nelson will get the ball for Eastwood.
That's a good time to call a timeout if you're Coach Butler.
With a 30-second timeout.
O'Carver just diced you up right there, getting the steal, turning it into the three-pointer. That was just beautiful basketball there from O'Carver.
And Carter Haas to get the three-pointer away with 3 so far. We're going to step back here. After the timeout, Eastwood will have 2 remaining in the game. You are watching WBGU PBS Sportsflex here on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody, to Pemberville, Ohio, where we have a rivalry as old as time in the Northern Buckeye Conference, the Eastwood Eagles and the Oak Harbor Rockets. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Adam Crofts, and we'll get right back to the action. Grayson Ryder with the ball for Eastwood, gets that one up and away, trying to find it through to Sherman. Sherman gets that across to Nelson. Nelson will find the paint, looking to get out to Wasserman. Wasserman gets the long pass across to Sherman. Sherman in, back to Wasserman. The three-pointer just short. And it'll roll and just go out of bounds. And we'll have an inbound coming up for Oak Harbor.
Just the story of the game for Eastwood. Great ball movement there, getting it around, getting it through, but just not making the shot.
The shot just, passing the ball.
Eastwood hanging on to the ball here.
And we'll have the violation due to it. You move the ball around so well. It's been your strong suit, and it just starts to decline. And then you're going to take the violation, and you get a reverse. Oak Harbor will get possession. As Markley to the corner. Finds it through to Haas, back again to Markley, and then going across will be Schmidt. And then Haas again getting guarded by Wasserman. Trying to find that one deep in, though, to Hall, and then Hall went to Gaines. Looks like it went out of bounds from our perspective. And they're going to say it's an inbound coming up for Oak Harbor. As the inbound ahead from Schmidt. And tried to go to Carter Haas. And then just almost like an Iguodala and James situation, Grayson Ryder just slapping that ball into the peanut gallery.
That was quite a smack there.
And then goes Wasserman, able to get the steal. Tries to go to Ryder on the pass. Her back was turned, just unable to hold on to it. Reagan Markley playing the defense. And we'll have the inbound for Oak Harbor. As that one to go in, Markley gets the possession from Schmidt and has the ball at half court. Back to Schmidt again, one-on-one with battling Wasserman. And then to the corner is Haas, been strong there and will continue it for her resume, 37-12 for Oak Harbor.
Haas is a three-point machine. Saw her hit 9 three-pointers in a game against Rossford on December 20th.
And 22 points so far with on the floor. 12 of those coming from Haas, make that 14. And then 10 going along from Reagan Markley. Eastwood only has 3 on the floor currently. That has come from McKenna Nelson. Near the way Ryder has it as Zunk got into it and just got bumped a little bit. And either way, we're going to have a foul on Elena Hall. And it's her first, and that'll be the second for Oak Harbor.
Caitlin Meloche for Eagles number
This quarter, we're seeing why Oak Harbor was the preseason favorite to three-peat in the NBC this year.
This one going back, Carissa Nelson with the ball. Goes to the corner for Ryder, waiting for it along again, and keeps it going. Sherman back to Nelson again to wait for it. In front is Ryder, and tried and away. Rebounded after the block from Malash. And gets the pass right into Schmidt. Schmidt going long to Haas. Haas getting guarded by Sherman. And she'll drive to the left and then goes out into the corner. A fake move for Malash. Malash gets that one over in front to Hall, and then the corner is Haas, and that's going to be electric.
Carter Haas for three.
And another three-pointer, her 17th point so far of the quarter, or of the game, really, if you think about it. But it's just going to expand the lead for Oak Harbor.
Just incredible play there from Oak Harbor like we've seen all quarter. Just great ball movement, great play from everybody. Everybody's contributing. Even if they're not scoring, they are absolutely contributing here for this Oak Harbor team.
And Ryder with the ball, 6 seconds remain. Really need to get a shot here if you're the Eagles. Carissa Nelson to drive in, tries to go for it, and then is blocked after the 4-on-4 against Caitlin Malash.
What a quarter for Oak Harbor. That was exactly what they wanted to see. Their scoring explosion.
A scoring explosion nonetheless. Eastwood only to get 4 in that quarter, and going to be a rough one for them. We'll be right back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. You are watching WBGU PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube.
If you think you're smarter than a high schooler, you might want to think again. This is BGSU Brain Game, the ultimate showdown of brain power where the best and brightest students from area high schools go head-to-head, battling in history, science, math, pop culture, and more. Brains, check. Buzzers, check. You won't want to miss a single episode of this fast-paced face-off. Watch BGSU Brain Game Thursday nights at 8:30, only on WBGU PBS.
And welcome back, everybody, to WBGU PBS Sports Flex here on YouTube. I'm Dan Ridenour, joined alongside Adam Crofts. And here you go, Adam. We're heading to the 4th and final quarter of regulation, but that was an explosive quarter for Oak Harbor.
Yeah, quite a hole Eastwood's dug themselves into here if they want to win this rivalry game.
Well, and Sherman to have it. Goes from the right, then goes to Mac Miller. It's been a blue world so far for Eastwood, but Sherman trying to lighten it up as she'll get it missed away. And Markley will get the rebound going, and then across to Carter Haas, and then the court in front, almost away from Elena Hall. As Eastwood gets it from the rebound, Sherman goes out to Nelson, then to Kashmerick. Fell earlier in the game. Good to see her back from the injury.
Absolutely.
As that goes, and then Sherman, Kashmerick from the key, tried for that. Oak Harbor has been strong so far from the key today and in general, but Markley going to try to get that one across and then away. Had the pass to Schmidt, gets it away again. And then Haas, uncontested, almost away from the right side, and then into the hands of Mac Miller. Miller trying to drive this one in, going up, the pass across, and tried to go through Sherman on the just simple shot from in front. Not able to connect.
Great drive and look in the lane there from Mac Miller. Unfortunate they couldn't finish the shot, but yeah, that's what Eastwood needs to do if they want to get back into this game. Keep driving in the lane, keep getting those shots, but they need to finish.
Well, after the pass there, if you're Mac Miller, you're just thinking, what's the use? And really, it's a rough go at it. Maybe that's a situation where you shoot, but nonetheless, the situation is 42-12 against Eastwood. Oak Harbor from the corner, trying for that, and then away. The attempt from Lainey Schmidt, not quite, as this one goes. Lauren Sherman gets it away to Nelson, then to Washman. Miller going to choose to drive right, kicks it out over to Sherman. Gets this one going in front, and then looks like we'll have a one going and an inbound going to be near the Eastwood student section.
Yeah, they're going to call a push on Markley, but she really just kind of retched over a little too far from the double team they had there. Retch over the back too far.
And Markley will have her 3rd foul of the game, and It's Hope Carver's first, especially of the quarter. But then right just like that, Wasserman for three will just put that one in and get it away. As when you only get 4 points in the third quarter, you got to get as many as you can in the fourth. Hope Carver thinking the same thing. Brooklyn Tabbert will connect on that one, her 8th point today. And Ryder for Eastwood. Ryder to the corner on Sherman. And choose to stand still, gets the pass over to Nelson. Nelson waiting along to find the opening. Ryder to fake it, goes through traffic. Tries to step in, Wasserman to the corner to Nelson, to Miller. Gets that one in and then not quite as she tried to get that one going. Malash though for the rebound. As Tabbert will have it. Just waiting, goes along to the corner, that'll be Markley. Markley passes that one in to Robinson, tries to get this one away, and then in front is Schmidt. Schmidt tried to get that one away, and then Miller gonna be able to get the rebound and drops it right back. As now the rush going for Ryder. Ryder tries to get that one in, and looks like they'll call the foul against Ryder. Haley Robinson was involved in the moment, but it's gonna be an offensive foul against Grayson Ryder.
That's a great charge to take there from Robinson, to the dismay of the Eastwood fans around us.
Will be her 3rd foul today, Eastwood's 1st. And keeps it going. Tabbert just right around half court waiting for it. Ryder giving her some space, as then you see a little bit more. Tabbert gonna go to the corner to Schmidt. Schmidt waiting it along, one-on-one action with Wasserman. To the corner it'll go, as that's Markley with it, and then right in front, and then wide to the right. Mac Miller with another rebound to keep that one going. You can't trip if you're Eastwood, so just don't trip as this one going along. Sherman to the corner. It looks like that just went off the foot of Tabbert, then back to Eastwood's possession, and there it goes for Grayson Ryder, 44-17. It's Markley going on the left side, past Nelson, and then in. Tabbert tries to get that one up, just too much mustard on that as it goes, and then Schmidt has the same scenario, and then the rebound from Wasserman. And they'll say Wasserman will get charged on the double dribble with some substitutions up ahead.
Nelson, and in for the Rockets, number 21, Kendall Gaines.
As Kendall Gaines will step into the game for Eastwood. And we'll fall it back as Tabbert just choosing to be more patient with it. Goes to the corner to Schmidt. Schmidt waiting this one along. Getting heavily guarded from Nelson. To the corner, you'll roll along more to Gaines. Gaines trying to get this one through, over to Schmidt, and then across out from the three, and then just over wide to the right from the shot fry, Haley Robinson.
Great job by Mac Miller to get out there and contest that shot. Got a hand in her face.
Well, Mac Miller really, so far, tries to get this one going, and really just so far you need to cut the check and get that one going. As Eastwood gets it going. Nelson to the corner. Will find it. Miller gonna be fighting for it on the ground. A jump ball coming up. As you get it on that one.
Possession, Rockets.
And it'll be possession for the Rockets.
Back to the Eagles, number 24, Sophia Zunk.
As Sophia Zunk will head on in, and looks like kind of almost been a pairing so far today between her and Miller. As either one substitutes in for the other. But either way, this one will go Kendall Gaines with possession. Goes to the left side. Will find it and then waits. Tabbert with possession. Gets it knocked away on the steal from Nelson. Tabbert gets it back again. Refusing to give up, and then in front, and that one going back and then away again. Not quite was Malash, but then the connection will roll for Brooklyn Tabbert. As Wasserman with possession, drops it off to Nelson. To the corner, that one to go, and that's Ryder almost with the attempt. Tabbert for the rebound. As Tabbert with the ball, and guarded heavily by Nelson. Takes it over to the left, and we'll keep this one rolling in. Then the bounce pass in front, and this is going Haley Robinson to connect with it.
A lot to talk about in practice tomorrow for Coach Butler. Just a lot of uninspired defense this second half. They were right there with Oak Harbor in the first half, but Oak Harbor just looks like the team with the better agility.
Well, and Eastwood, who went back from Christmas break this week, gonna have classes as Bowling Green starts next week, BGSU, but Brooklyn Tabbert with the ball. And we're gonna have a timeout, a 30-second timeout for Oak Harbor, and we're gonna stay here. They'll have 3 remaining, Eastwood to have 2. And then you look beyond for that as Eastwood so far, I mean, you look at not when they're at Eastwood, they got to take the travel. While they've so far been fortunate with Rossford and Riverdale being at home, they are going to have to travel to Millbury and Genoa as some notable ones. And then you look, you finish the year against the Oak Harbor Rockets.
Yeah, and there's a lot of winnable games in there for Coach Butler. I'm sure that they will be looking to really improve from what they've seen tonight.
And then Oak Harbor, as well. Going to get Lake, Old Fort Otsego, then Woodmore, Genoa, Maumee, Rossford, Huron. They finished their season with the home game, so while we'll have some more road games currently near the tail end of the season, they'll have the home crowd behind them. With 2 minutes to go, this one rolling along. Still in their possession, the pass out. May gonna get that one over to Gaines, and then Gaines trying to drive that one in. Ball stolen away from Ryder. Ryder with the ball. Has a sea of red by her, but Sherman at the line, and that's going in. Money on money for that. Sherman will get it with the assist from Ryder.
Hey, you're looking for positives to take away for Eastwood. There's one there. Nice shot.
Her first point today for Sherman. This looks like we'll have a push-off. Just Hall got into the swing of things with Zunk. And they're going to get the foul against Zunk, as that's her second of the game, and then of this quarter. Eastwood has fouled twice.
And we saw Dussault check in for Oak Harbor, the tallest player on this Rockets team.
As May with possession, getting guarded by Sherman. Looks like the ball is going to take a trip just right across. And the inbound coming up for Eastwood.
Offensive foul on Oak Harbor's number 10, Olivia May, her first, team second.
As Ryder has possession of it. Right at the Eagle. Drives that one in. Over to the corner is Zunk. Zunk trying to get through the red, as that's going to be stolen away by Schultz. But then the ball just rolling along. Sherman able to bounce that one away to Ryder. Ryder driving in, goes up, and then through that one. And so while it may be too little too late for Eastwood, producing the points near the tail end of this fourth quarter has been a strong suit for them.
And yeah, that's a play that you like to see if you're Eastwood. They had a good job keeping the ball in bounds there, good ball movement, find a shot down low, and now after that carry, they get the ball back here, see if they can do anything with 47 seconds left.
Well, and this one rolling along will be Ryder with it. Sherman gets possession, goes right, choosing for that. Will find her way over to Wenisick, and then trying for it again, but looks like the ball will roll just barely out of bounds past Zunk. But the foul will be on Elena Fowl, her second today, and that's the third one of Oak Harbor in the quarter.
Yeah, Hall just a little too aggressive there, trying to get that ball loose.
And it goes. Ryder in the corner, waiting for some room ahead. Goes the bouncing pass to Zunk on the floor, and then Ryder back again. Gets that one up, and the long ball shot really arched it was Grace Meter. But Oak Harbor will get it on the rebound. As the pass from May goes over to the corner. It's going to be Skylar Schultz with that one. Then to the corner, back to May again after the pass from Tooman. And waiting for it is Schultz. Schultz drives that one away. Hall with the shot wide to the right. No buzzer beater. But nonetheless, Oak Harbor will advance to 6-0 in the Northern Buckeye Conference, 9-4 so far this season, and a .692 win percentage.
A lot of what we expected to see coming into this one, Dan. It was a close game for a while. A lot of good stuff from Eastwood, especially in that first half. We saw them play really good defense. We saw them drive to the lane and get some good looks, but they were just not able to hang with this tough Oak Harbor offense.
And Eastwood, the team that is 4th in the NBC, will fall to 5-5 on the year, 500, and then 3-3 as well in the Northern Buckeye Conference. And that will be all here tonight in Pemberville, Ohio. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody on the broadcast. My partner himself and Adam Crofts. We got a lot of the Eastwood faithful here tonight, but nonetheless, we thank you so much for watching with us here tonight. I'm Dan Ridenauer signing off with WBGU PBS Sports Flex, wishing you all a good night.